All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, scattered about the four corners of the earth, the men on the highways and the byways that are pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. To the remnant men, women, and children of the elect, to you all, I say Shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash. I'm back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Shai. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I came across this video on X, which is formerly known as Twitter. And it stood out to me because we're approaching the time where these elections are coming about. And, every 4 years, we have to witness this disgrace amongst our people where, Jake and Eve, they give themselves over to this system. They give themselves over this illusion here in Babylon, where their expectations are unrealistic. They continue to believe and trust in America and Babylon the Great and the so-called white man, opposed to believing in the only true and living power, Yahweh by Shai. And these are the type of videos that come about as a result of it. Jake gets on camera and they start talking about what they're demanding from Esau or what they're demanding from the system. And it truly just highlights their ignorance and their lack of understanding of what's actually going on. Because like the elders and apostles and the brothers always say, man, Jake don't know what's going on. Jake don't have a clue. As you can see, I'm going to play this video, but if you look at his shirt, his shirt really says all you need to know: a rally for reparations. Okay? And Esau Edom doesn't have any plans on, making things right with you. Right? He understands his history here in America. He understands your history here in America. He understands his position here in America and your position. And it was all done by design. It's not going to pay. Doesn't feel. See, that's the thing with Jake. Jake think that Esau feels remorse for what he's done. He don't give a goddamn about you. All right. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because I want to play the video to kind of bring more understanding and more context to what I'm saying. But again, it really just shows and highlights how far gone our people are. Okay, to continuously give this spirit unto this man in this beast system, it's baffling. It's baffling to watch. It's really, baffling is the word that comes to mind, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So let me play the video, and I caught a couple scriptures to go along with this.
Kamala Harris has come out with a black male agenda that she's trying to sell right before the election to get black males to vote for her. And I got a few things to say about it. Number one, it's disrespectful just how it's framed. We as black men are not asking for specific things for black men. We're asking for specific things for the black community as a whole. They don't do that.
And that's where you go wrong, right? You're asking for things for the black community, okay? And that's where you go wrong, because you haven't identified that this man is your enemy and Babylon is your enemy. Because you haven't identified that properly, you're under the misconception that they are willing to give you what you so-called ask for in exchange for your vote. They don't care about your vote, really, because presidents are not elected, they're selected. Okay? So they've already decided who's going to be the president. That's first thing, right? And for you to think that your vote actually matters, that you're going to give your vote in exchange for, reparations, or in exchange for your support, in exchange for, anything that you're so-called asking for, it's not going to go down that way. That's not how America operates. That's not how it was set up. That's not how it was created. That's not how they came into power, right? Off of some sort of, democratic system where people are getting voted in, and where the people have a say so. They stole this land by rape, robbery, and murder, bloodshed, genocide, and it's no different now. It's just disguised a lot better. It's hidden. Okay, under the land of the free, home of the brave, this beautiful picture that's been painted about America and about Esau, the land of opportunity. Okay, America gets to hide behind all the glitz and the glamour, which, by the way, is dwindling, because people don't look at America the same way they used to. It doesn't have the same force behind it. It doesn't have the same promise. It doesn't have the same feeling and vibration to it. It's because we are currently witnessing the downfall, and the collapse of this place. Okay, and ultimately the end of Esau's rulership. All right, so let me keep this going. Actually, let me start it over. It's only a minute long, so I'm gonna start it over.
Kamala Harris has come out with a black male agenda that she's trying to sell right before the election to get black males to vote for her. And I got a few things to say about it. Number one, it's disrespectful just how it's framed. We as black men are not asking for specific things for black men. We're asking for specific things for the black community as a whole. They don't do that with any other community. It's disrespectful how they try to separate black men and women as if we're two different communities. They don't do that to anybody else, so they need to stop doing that with us. You look at this policy right here, this is nonsense, and it's not exclusive to the black community. That means this is a lift-all program, and black people are going to be placed at the back of the line. We're not accepting this. We said reparations, we said a hate crime bill, we said ending qualified immunity. All of these things that we've been demanding has gotten completely ignored. This policy is garbage, and we're not accepting it. Today in Georgia, Kamala Harris.
This nigga got the nerve, excuse my French, but this nigga got the nerve to get on camera and tell Esau what he's demanding. Again, this goes to show the ignorance and the lack of understanding that Jake has. You're not demanding nothing from Esau in his world, in his system, in his kingdom. You don't demand anything. Okay? If the Spirit of the Lord was dealing with you, then you know that we're here to serve our captivity. We're here to serve Esau Edom as a punishment for rebelling against our God, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And you're in no position to demand or ask for anything. Because at any given moment, he can take your voice away from you and your platform away from you to even say these type of things. And he will do it soon, because this whole free speech thing, this whole coming out against the system, that's going to be a thing of the past very soon. It's going to be the shit that this guy's talking. It's going to be a crime very soon, punishable by probably like jail time or concentration camp or whatever the case is. But Esau ain't finna fuck around with you, Jakes. The time of Jacob's trouble is approaching. and all this sticking out your chest, trying to act like you demanding something from Esau, he gonna put you down. Those are the times. That's the time that we're in. Okay, scriptures talk about how the devil shall come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. All of this getting up in front of the camera, acting like you big and bad and what you demanding and all this different type. That's not gonna be anything that's gonna be a reality soon. Okay, talking about what you demand. Please. Let's start out with the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, and the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. Okay, because that's the first thing that I thought of when I watched this video. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, so you're not supposed to trust your enemy and trust what he says. He's talking about Kamala Harris in her black agenda for black men. Okay, you're not supposed to trust in that because she's a part of the enemy. She's a part of the system. So you're not supposed to trust anything that these devils say. Okay. Scriptures say the wicked is estranged from the womb as soon as they are born. Something along those lines, roughly paraphrasing, but they are born speaking lies. Something along those lines. This is what the scriptures say about this man. All right. So anything that you hear coming from Babylon or the rulers thereof, it's the spirit of the wicked. All right. So for you to trust in, and I get that he's saying that he doesn't accept what they put out, which is cool and all. But the problem is, if they did say they was going to give you reparations and an anti-crime, anti-hate bill against so-called black Americans, you would be all for it and you would trust it. That's the problem that this guy's having. He just didn't like what she said. If she'd have said the right thing, he'd have been all for it. All right, so we need to see the end of this man's kingdom happen soon. Okay, and you Jakes that are here trusting in this man and trusting in the system, you in for a rude awakening, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 1. Okay, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the rebellious children. It says that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And when you give yourself over to this so-called democratic system, you're taking counsel, not of Yahawashi, but you're taking counsel of this world, of this system, of this beast. And you think there's some sort of salvation within your vote in electing a new president. You're sadly mistaken. All right, there's no salvation with in a system that's ruled and controlled and governed by Esau Edom, by the wicked. All right, again, you're not here to prosper. And until Jake gets that into the thick ass skull, it's always gonna be this way. We're gonna see Jake get on these platforms talking about what they want to see happen with these with these politicians and with this beast system in exchange for their vote, in exchange for their support. It doesn't operate that way. Okay. It says, verse 2, that walked to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay. In America, Babylon the Great represents the shadow of Egypt. Okay. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, so it's trusting in America, trusting in Babylon, trusting in Esau, and anything this man has to promote or push out, okay, it's going to be only lead to your confusion. You're going to be wondering why, after all these years and years and years and years and asking and begging for so long, that there's nothing has come to fruition. Okay, it's a shame. Okay, it says, therefore shall the trust of Pharaoh be your shame. All right. If you are in the spirit of voting and requesting things from America, from Babylon the Great, because you feel like you in some kind of position, you through, man. You can't get it. You're not set up to get it. All right, you're set up to actually be deceived. That's it. That's it, and that's all. And one thing that I noticed in this video, he kept saying the black community, black men and black women were together, and the black agenda, black and blackity black. I'm really just so sick of hearing that, man, because it doesn't represent who we are. Jeremiah 17:4 says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage. Okay, and that couldn't be more accurate, because Jake continues to call himself and identify as black or something other than being Israel. So we discontinued to from our heritage, thus saith the Lord. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. And that's what we're doing. We're here to serve our enemies as a punishment. We're not here to prosper. We're not here to ask and demand. Who the fuck you think? Hey man, Jake got a whole nother thing coming when Esau pull that plug on this place. He gonna see the devil for real, for real. All right. He gonna watch this man be even more treacherous with his draconian laws and his ideas and his practices. Esau gonna be like, man, there ain't no such thing as the Constitution or the law or none of that. It's going down. It's going down how we say it's going down. This is about to happen. It says, verse 4 says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my heart, which shall burn forever. So, hey, the Lord has put us in this position amongst our enemy, and it's going to burn. It says forever. It just means a very long period of time, but we're close to the end of that. Okay, we're close to the end of having to serve our enemies in a land that's not ours. You know, it says in a land which thou knowest not. Those days are coming to an end. And the Wadi Yahawah shy for that and the understanding. All right, I'll just close it out on this. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go to the curses real quick just to back up my point that we're not here to demand anything. We're here to serve. We're here to serve our enemy and then serve the Lord, because this is what was prophesied to happen. We come here, we're in our bondage, have that yoke around our neck, okay? That yoke of iron to serve as servants and slaves, and there'll be a point in time where Israel will wake up from, that dead state, the graves, and receive the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, receive the names of Yahawah, and just really, really start to turn back to the Lord, so we could get prepared for that salvation that's coming. All right. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahawashi shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, and in the one of all things is what I wanted to, point out in this verse. Because again, you don't get to demand anything from Esau. We are here to serve him for the one of all things. That's what we've been brought here to do. Okay? Point blank, period. There's really no getting around it. So if you're a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American, and you're in the spirit of doing right by this world and trying to prosper and try to, set yourself and put yourself in a position, it's all going to come to naught, because that's not a part of prophecy. That's not a part of the will of the Lord concerning Israel. Okay, Yahawashi will do the saving and the delivering us from this place, not any president by asking or so-called demanding reparations or demanding equality and demanding the bills that, all this weird stuff, man. We're not here for that. We're here to serve our enemy and get delivered from it. That's what we're here for. That's the goal. All right? Because the goal is to actually receive that salvation that the scriptures talk about, that beautiful salvation. Just the thought of it, man, And Jake is going, man. Jake is going to continue to, fight for this man, and they fight for the system and fight there for their position. But that stuff is coming to an end. All right. So with that, man, I'm just going to leave it there. I hope you were edified. As always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, that great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.